I want you to come with me on a journey, just for a moment, a journey of thought. What is it that you are doing with this one life that was given to you? I mean, just really think about this. Why do you settle for mediocrity? Like, really, why is being average okay? And then you may say, well, why is it that I have to be great? And then my response is, well, why is it that you have to be average? Why is it that you have to plan to be average? I mean, after all, you have the same amount of time in the day, whether you are planning to do something that is above the norm or whether you're planning to do something that's below the norm. You have the same 24 hours in a day, the same one life regardless. Why would you spend your time not exhausting the way that you think, not stretching yourself, like not going beyond what you're actually capable of learning, capable of comprehending? I mean, come on, let's just be real. If somebody else can learn how to fly a plane, why can't you? Now, I'm not saying that you have to do what everyone else does, but if one person can learn chemistry, then why can't you? If one person can learn how to lead a city or lead a nation, then why can't you? Now, again, I'm not saying that you have to do what someone else does, but what I am saying is that we would surprise ourselves if we really just took a moment to realize that sometimes the difference between us and the person that we already compare ourselves to at times is really nothing different than just a will to do, a will to learn, a will to allow themselves to be challenged, to simply just step out and take the chance on learning something. See, here's the thing. You don't have to know how to do everything. You don't have to be the smartest person. But one thing that you would have to do is simply to be willing to learn whatever it is that you need to learn to get to the next phase or level that you need to be at. Here's to look at it another way. One thing that you have to be willing to do is just simply execute. Just do the thing that is required for you to do in order for you to have the capability or to have the information that is needed to get to the next phase. You know, a lot of what we do and what we accomplish or don't accomplish in this life, it really boils down a lot of times to just simply information. I mean, come on, we live in the year 2022. I mean, a time in history where information is so accessible, where opportunity is so right there in your face. I mean, you can literally Google basically any subject on earth and literally get an answer. Now, whether it's the right answer or not, that may not always be the case. But my point is, the opportunity is there for you to learn. There is information out there that's free that you don't even have to pay for if you just take the moment to learn it. Why is that such a big risk factor for us? Why is that such a difficult thing for us to do sometimes, to just simply open a book or cut on a video or even pay for a course of education that will give us the next level information that we need? Is it that we're lazy? I don't know. Is it that we just automatically think that we're not capable of actually getting over what we perceive as a hump? I'm not really sure. Or is it that we see what is normal? We see what is average so much in front of our face. We see the working class. We see the middle class. We see all of this, and we just think to ourselves, well, this is what I should do. This is how I should behave. This is who I should be, simply because the average person around me is it. Or maybe it's because somebody next to us got more hand claps and more praise and more pats on the back as we were growing up as a child and growing up through grade school. And so maybe we just say, well, the hand claps, or the person who got those hand claps, maybe they are supposed to do something important. They're supposed to do something great. They are supposed to come up with an invention that would change and impact the world. Maybe they're supposed to take their leadership skills and their ability into society and solve a problem for humanity. Why can't you solve that problem? Why can't you have an idea in your mind, something that you can draw it on paper, something that drops into your spirit, something that can impact humanity for the better? Why can't you take the answer that you have that would really solve something for humanity and put that in motion? Why can't you? Oh, well, it's difficult. I don't know how to do it. If you don't know how to do it, figure it out. You can figure out how to do something that you don't know how to do. Take off small bites at a time until you digest and chew the entire thing. You are more than what you give yourself credit. You are capable of doing so much more than what you give yourself credit. Stop counting yourself out. You're giving the same amount of time in the day, the same 24 hours in a day, regardless. Why not devote that time to something that you feel and that you truly believe will make an impact? Why not devote your time and your energy and your efforts to inventing and accomplishing and innovating and creating? I'm not saying be foolish. I'm not telling you go quit your job. I'm not telling you any of that stuff. All I'm saying is stop limiting yourself. You were created for so much more than what you give yourself credit for. You have the ability to learn and absorb so much more than you give yourself credit. Put a little organization into your time. Don't waste time. Don't just have long moments in your days, day after day after day after day, where you're daydreaming or you're browsing social media or whatever it is that you're doing, but you're not filling your life and your time with something that matters, something that is productive, something that is working and building towards something. You were created for so much more than what you give yourself credit to. It's time to rise to the